Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is King David, David and Goliath Music, beatclass.com, the home of professional music tutorials, FL Studio tutorials. And this is the Daily Dose. Now, during the Daily Dose, what I do is I answer your music production questions in 4 minutes or less. Okay, now today's question has something to do with MIDI. Okay, so many of you have a really cool MIDI controller, right? And it might look like that. All right, and you have it hooked up to your computer with a cable that looks like that, right? And you're wondering, well, how do I get it to work with my FL Studio? Well, let me show you exactly how. All right, so you go into your options and slide down to MIDI settings. All right, and when you get there, you should see a list of MIDI devices, okay, for the output and then also for the input. Now, you should see your particular device in that list. If you don't see it in that list, the possibility of you not having the drivers loaded is very, very high. So what I would do is either go to the website for your controller and download the drivers, or check the box that it came in, and there's probably a disk. All right, you need to upload those drivers, okay, and then restart FL Studio and do that process one more time. Go back to the MIDI settings and you should see that in the list. Now, once you have it plugged up correctly, all right, that means once you have the MIDI cable plugged in and your keyboard is all set up, right, the next thing that you need to do is test it out and see what happens. So what you do is press a button, and if you see that light there right under the SYN button, which stands for sync, and there's a MIDI button. If you press your keyboard and you see that light turn orange, then your keyboard is working. Okay, now you can use it to control all your sounds in FL Studio. Let's talk about real quickly the settings for your output. All you do is select your device and left click on Send Master Sync, and in the input select your device and left click on Enable. Okay, there are some other features. We can do that on another Daily Dose, but that is how you set it up. Now whenever you go to an instrument, you can play it with your keyboard. All right, and it's pretty much that simple. There are a lot of nuances to MIDI. So right now I'm playing my keyboard MIDI, and we'll do a whole class on MIDI and teach you all the details later on. This is King David, David Goliath Music, beatclass.com, the Daily Dose.